Are you an open book? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and I just grabbed a book and opened it. Happens to be one of my quality books from my old life, part of my old life. And I actually found, it's really funny, a 1999 Certified Quality Manager prep course syllabus in it, because that's the last time I probably did a whole lot with that book or with that course and with that syllabus. Anyway, an open book. What is an open book? An open book is someone or something that's easy to understand. It's an honest and frank person, a person that you can look at or meet and you know pretty easily what's going on with them. They're pretty open about their thoughts and about their feelings. This idiom goes back hundreds and hundreds of years. Shakespeare used it in several of his works of art, I'll call them, in Romeo and Juliet, plus many others, or not many others, but a couple others. He used the open book reference. You can tell I didn't get enough sleep last night. So, open book, what does that mean to you? To me, it means that what you see is what you get. It's kind of like WYSIWYG from computers. It's like when you see me, what you see is what you get. What I am and who I am is the same across the board, whether you meet me in a social setting, whether you meet me in work, whether you meet me in a negotiation, whether you meet me in a lawsuit, whether you meet me, not very many of those hopefully, whether you meet me wherever you meet me, with my kids, with my grandkids. I believe most of the time I'm the exact same person. Wasn't always that way. Back when I was younger, I put on a lot of filters in terms of what I did say, what I wouldn't say, who I would show up as, how I would dress, how I would behave in different situations. How I behaved in a business situation, a professional situation, was very different and much more serious and stoic than who I was at home with my kids, raising my kids. I think of open door policy, and I was kind of thinking about that this morning. I'm like, well, if you have to have an open door policy, are you really an open book? Probably not. And I remember working in corporate America where we would have an open door policy, meaning folks could come in and see us whenever they wanted, but we still had a whole lot of company secrets and corporate secrets. Nobody could know certain things about other people. Nobody could know how much money one another made, things like that, which are sort of inconsistent and not exactly an open book. If you don't share information and decision-making reasoning or intentions with people, then you're just passing them down to the organization, which is a lot of the corporations I work for. That's how it was done. Hey, upper management or leadership team made a decision, and then it just got passed down through the different layers of management and implemented across the board in the organization. That's not exactly an open book or an open door policy, especially when decisions were brought forth and there was nothing to back them up. It was just like, this is what we're going to do now. Well, you might as well say, this is what we're going to do now because it's best in the best interest of the company, instead of figuring out and making sure we were having win-win solutions for everybody. It was up to us in the middle management group to figure out how to present it to people that made sense to them so that they would want to implement the changes and the different things that we did. So open book. I didn't used to be a totally open book. I think it was probably my transition. Actually, my last corporate job, I was a very open book. I just showed up and decided I was just going to be me, and I was going to be absolutely positively 100% authentically me. And it was actually the most fun job I've ever had in corporate America, because I wasn't worrying about what I said, or I wasn't worrying about what I did. Not that I ever spent a lot of time worrying about that, but it was always that thing niggling in the back of your mind, or my mind. So my last corporate job, definitely an open book, and my jobs, and not my jobs, but my businesses since then, because I haven't had a job. I can't think of a single job I've done. I guess you could think of consulting and coaching as a job, but I don't think of it as that way. I think of it as a trusted friend and advisor, or a confidant, somebody you can talk to that you can bounce ideas off of. And they've been there, done that, so they can give you direction. So as far as being an open book, with all the things that are going around now with your personal brand, well, you can brand yourself to be something that you're not, but that's not going to last very long, unless you, of course, become that person. But it's always better to be yourself, because everybody else in the world wants permission to be themselves too. One of our secret desires as human beings is to be ourselves and be loved and accepted for who we are, who we truly are inside. And none of us will ever show anyone else on the planet, because we don't even show ourselves 100% of who we are. But the more comfortable we feel, the more confident we feel, the more likely we are to bring our whole self to a situation or a setting or an organization, or to help us supersize our business. We set the example for the people that work in our organization by being open and honest and being ourselves and sharing our expectations, letting people know what they can expect from us. Hey, if I'm super stressed out, I tend to have a shorter fuse and be frustrated. If I don't have enough sleep because I've been up all night with a 4-month-old, I tend to be a little more on the frazzled side just because I'm tired. It doesn't have anything to do with the people around me, but I might not be as patient or as calm as I normally am if I'm super duper tired. Or the old hangry. Anybody get hangry? I of course get hangry. I'll forget to eat. I'll get all involved in a project or something I'm working on, and I'll just forget to eat. And then I'll wonder, well, geez, why am I feeling kind of off and grumpy? Well, it's because I'm hungry. And when I'm hungry, I get a little bit grouchy and angry. Thus the term hangry, which I think is actually a very wonderful and descriptive word. So are you an open book? I laugh when people will ask me on social media, a question that they ask generically of everyone else on the planet. And the answers, of course, are always to be found. Now, in the last couple of years since I came online, I've done like 5,000 videos. I think if you watch one or two of my videos, you get a sense and a feel for who I am and what is important to me, and that I am an open book. And so I always push people back to, if I respond, I'll be honest, when I get a lot of those inquiries or requests, most of them they get ignored or they go in the trash, because they show me that the person that's asked that question has not even looked at my profile, has never seen a single one of my videos, etc., etc., etc. And if somebody isn't willing to watch like one video and find out if what they have to offer me is even something that I'd be remotely interested in, by the way, I'm not interested in Bitcoin. I'm not interested in MLM. Been there, done that, not with Bitcoin, but with network marketing and MLM. And I have very specific reasons why it is not something that I spend my time and energy on, and I'm not interested in it. And if somebody wants to have a discussion about that, absolutely glad to do that. But don't try to promote your MLM to me, or your Bitcoin, or your financial investment things that are totally outside my absolute area of interest at all. So are you an open book? Do people know what to expect from you? If not, just start sharing yourself and being who you really are. Start today. You can start today being more authentic, being who you are. Be actually standing up and saying, this is what's important to me. And you don't even have to explain why. This is what's important to me. I love going outdoors and being in nature. And I have not had enough time outside the last few days, and it's driving me up a wall. That's something about me. Share things like that about yourself that are important to the people that you want to attract and you want to work with to grow your business. Because there's nothing more miserable than creating a business that is filled with the type of people that you don't want to be involved with, that you don't want to serve. How do I know? Been there, done that. It's easy to do when we go after and try to solve problems for the wrong people. So keep it simple. Be an open book. I say be an open book. You don't have to be. You can be a closed book, knowing that somewhere down the road, somebody's going to get in there and crack you open like a nut. But and people will discover and find out who you really are, especially in this day and age of social media and media manipulation, et cetera, ad nauseum. It's pretty hard to hide anything. So you might as well embrace yourself, love yourself, and show up as yourself as much as humanly possible. I'd love to know your take on this topic. Are you an open book? On a scale of 1 to 10, how open or closed are you? 1 would be not open. 10 would be, hey, I let it all hang out. Now, I'm definitely not a 10, but I'm probably closer to a 7 or so than, or 8. Do I ever want to be a 10? No. Some things people just shouldn't see or know about us. All right, have an amazing day. I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business to supersize your business for sure, and maybe even in your life. Have an amazing day.